Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 4, Episode 80. Sorry for the prompt end to that episode yesterday. Had a lot of things happen, and then it was too late. So, yesterday I was able to make an extra $1,000 miscellaneous, so that was nice. Felt good to do that and help get back on the right track. Today, very early morning, heading out to a meeting, 6 a.m., and should be done by 7 or so this morning, regarding something very important to the community that I've been bringing up for, I brought it up 2 months ago, I brought it up a year ago, I brought it up 2 years ago, and was talked down to. And now they need me, or they're going to start having some real problems because I was right all along. So it's time to kick some ass today, and that's what we're going to do. I'm heading out to this meeting right now and see how it goes. So looks like it's going to be clear skies today, which means it's going to be very cold. Right now, I believe it's 27 degrees outside, so chilly start to the day, but it should be a nice sunny day, so hopefully by 10 or 11 it should be warmed up a little bit. Today, after this meeting, I've got a full tank of gas, so I'm in good shape there. I'll be traveling to at least 4, possibly 5 casinos today, and in between I only have one meeting. So that will be between my second and third casino, maybe between my first and second, depending on how much time I spend at each spot today. We're going to try to extend our blackjack sessions today. Instead of between 500 and 1,000, we're going to try to make between 1,000 and 1,500 at each stop today, if possible, just to help get back on track, with the exception of one place where I will cut it down a little bit because they're sweatier than usual. So that's really about what's going on right now. Kind of early, but we should be fine. Woke up with a real bad headache this morning, but I got plenty of water and stuff with me, so I should feel better soon. So that's what's happening right now, and I'll be back to update you soon. Alright guys, I am back. So meeting is over, and now they need my support, or they have a lot to lose, and I refuse to give support. So let the losing begin for them. I've been bringing this up for years, and they didn't want to listen, and now they come begging me to help them out. I'm not going to help them out. Let someone else help them out. So right now they have a few days left to fix this issue, or there's going to be major consequences, and let the consequences begin. Or let the newspapers get involved, let the news media get involved. I don't really care. So they either need to do the right thing, or they need to face consequences, and obviously they wanted me there to back them up, and I'm not going to back them up. So I will keep you informed as things develop, but I think this may become actually a news story. So we will see what happens. So right now I'm going to continue on to my first casino. There's something going on here. This is a 2-lane highway, 2 lanes each direction. There's a cop in the middle of the road. He's picking up some tires or something. All right, well, at least there's no major accidents or anything, but yeah, continuing on to the first casino, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, I am back. So I go into this place and not finding anything, and they had actually turned off a lot of the good machines in this place, and it turns out that they moved a few of them, so we lost some, but not as many as we thought we did. So I'm walking around this place, and I'm really not finding anything. Not really. I'm not finding anything. Just going from place to place. Everything is taken. And early on, when I first walked into the building, I noticed a guy at a machine, and it was in a good spot. and he leaned the chair up against the machine so he could go get more money. And then I came back around, and he's sitting in the chair, so I figured he got more money. Well, I came back around on my way out, and it's still in the same position that it was in. So obviously he didn't get more money, but he's still sitting there, and he doesn't really want to get up, it seems. He's frantically trying to find a way to get money, it looks like, on his phone, calling people, going through his apps, and obviously he's not succeeding. It was a very low denomination, low bet machine, under $1 a spin, and the EV was probably around $10. And really, what could I do? I mean, about the best case scenario would be to ask him to split it if he didn't have the money, which is going to expose him to telling me he doesn't have the money. Or I could go up and say, oh, are you having a problem loading it up with, your phone or something like that, and try to ease the blow on him. But then the EV is probably $10. So what am I going to do? Split $5 with him if it wins, and if it doesn't win, then I'm going to take the hit. Just not worth it, not worth the time, not worth the effort. So I decided to just leave. Now, one issue I had was I had a little bit of free play and 0 machines to play it on. And in fact, one of the newer machines that we've depended on lately for money is temporarily disabled. So I don't know if they're moving it or doing an update, which is never good news. So I really didn't have anywhere to play it. So I ended up just playing it on this default machine I found that I thought, it's pretty reasonable. You put in a little over $1, you get back 80 cents, 90 cents a spin. So I'm going to get the majority of my money back is what I figured. But I actually ended up doing okay on it. I played my free play through one time, as is the minimum that's required, and I ended up walking away with $63. So $63, not much else I could do. So I did see Mr. Moocher in there, and I told him about the guy, and he's like, if you give me $100, I'll get him off the machine for you. I'm like, the whole play is worth $10, sorry. So he went to get coffee, and I went out the door. So right now we're moving on to the next spot. We're gonna have a little bit of time. It's actually bad timing right now because I stayed in that place longer than I should have, waiting for that guy and doing other little things, looking for new machines. I found some of the machines had been moved to a different area. I was worried that those were just removed from the casino completely, so at least there's something positive there, but I did waste some time walking around. So right now, by the time I get to my next stop, I'm only going to have about half an hour before my meeting. So I will go in and out, and I doubt that I'll play any blackjack, but I may check out the machines before coming out for the meeting. Now I'm just thinking here, thinking out loud here, I could go to a different place, and I could just look at machines there. It's a smaller place. I might have a better opportunity to make $40 or $50 and then head to the car for the meeting. So I'm not really positive which way I'll go yet. I got about 45 minutes of driving to do before I have to make that decision, and I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I am back. I have no idea where the car even is. I was in there for quite a while. Oh gosh. It was good and it was aggravating at the same time. So I walk in. As soon as I walk in this place, and normally I don't come here at this time of day, as soon as I walk in, hey Joe, over here. I'm like, what's going on here? He calls me over there. He's like, I have to show you this. It's in a very good position. You have to play it. Really? Okay. So I go over to take a look at this great position play, and he shows me, and it's in average condition, average position. It's okay. Most people play that. I don't usually play it, but I decided, what the heck, I'm gonna go ahead and play it. So I put $100 in the machine. It was $4 a spin. Start playing it, and draining me. Actually, did I put in? I put in 200 in the machine. I'm thinking back now. I didn't put in only 100. I put in 200 in the machine, and finally, I got lucky actually, because it shouldn't have paid like this, but I got lucky, and it hit for $864. And actually, I see I was almost out of money. I actually had some money in there. Anyway, at that point, I was ahead, like, I have the picture of a voucher here, 735 or so. So that's good, of course. So I gave the guy a chop of it. You know, he did ask me for something earlier. He's like, "Oh, you have to give me something if you hit." And I'm like, "Yeah, we'll see." Anyway, I did end up helping him out a little bit, gave him a little bit of money, and then I continued on, and I found another play, and that one lasted about 5 or 6 minutes. It really shouldn't have been a risky play, but it didn't work out very well. I ended up losing a little bit on that one, and then I don't know what's wrong with my system here. It won't let me click on something. I ended up losing a little bit of money on it, and moved on to another one and played that one, and ended up making a couple dollars on that one, but overall I ended up ahead $664 on the slots, so plus 664 on the slots, and then decided to go play some blackjack, and it was very, very, very miserable. That's the best way to describe it. 3 varies, not just a couple varies. It was a bad experience. All they had available was $25 6 decks. They were stay 17 at least, so that's good at least. But just could not get the table to myself. I had people with me that were awful players. That it was kind of like, like on the Andy Griffith show. I know I'm aging myself here. On the Andy Griffith show, Otis, I had 2 Otises on the table, one drunk and one not drunk. So the one Otis, actually, he came to he had reserved the seats on the table and he was gone. So then he came back to the table while the other Otis was just finishing up losing his money, right? So the other guy, though, he buys in for like 300, and he does not know how to play this game. He doesn't understand how blackjack works at all, and he's losing and losing and losing, and but he's like playing. He bought in for 200, lost that, bought in for another 100, lost that, bought in for another 100, and so then this other guy comes in, and he had gone to get money, and they had reserved the seat for him, and when he came back, he bought in for 1,000. And this guy was a worse blackjack player than the other guy. These guys were so awful. And this didn't just happen to me at this table. They were hitting 14s against the 5 and then get an ace. And now they have 15 against the 5. Hit it again. They were staying on single digits. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? Am I in an insane asylum? What is happening here? Anyway, the guy that bought in for 1,000 worked it up to like 2,000, then down to his last bet, where he hit twice against the bust card, even though he was over 11, and he ended up winning that hand. I couldn't stand it anymore. The count was negative. I ended up moving, actually getting up. I was ahead a quarter at that point, and then I moved on to another table, sat down there. There was like 2 2 hands left to the end of the shoe. It was ready to end, so I decided to sit down. I'll play it out. It had been in that position forever, and nobody had played the table, so I decided to go ahead and do it. I lost like 4 hands in a row, and then finally the cut card came out, and so I'm starting down. It was low limit though, but not great. Start a new shoe. This guy comes to the table, buys in for 300. And then 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. He must have bought in for 100 35 times. Over and over, and he would lose and rebuy and lose and rebuy. And then this other guy comes to the table. And the first guy was already annoying enough the way he was rebuying and side bets, and he'd give me $10 to put on my side bet, and then he'd play his, and then the third guy came and he'd give him the side bet money and not me, and then he'd get mad when I won and not the other guy, and it was just a fiasco. And all of these guys were hitting stiff hands against the bus card, and I was going insane. I played those 2 tables for an hour and 25 minutes, grinding and grinding and grinding, and I played with $600 for almost that whole time. And then finally the count started going up. I started raising my bet, lost a few hands in a row, and then we got close to the end of the shoe, and got a really big count, and I won like 5 or 6 hands to end the shoe, and finally ended up, I guess not huge hands, but bigger hands, and ended the session ahead $175, and that was a miserable existence, a miserable experience. It made me want to spit, not just hate blackjack, but it made me want to spit. It was such a bad experience. These guys, I mean, what's the word these days? I can't use the other word. I have to say mentally challenged. What the heck is wrong? These guys were not young people either. How in the heck are they acting this way? So unbelievable. I mean, really, how do people like that survive in life? They're like, oh, you should have played the side bet. I said to I broke down, finally. I said, let me just tell you, your side bet is a 12.5% house advantage. I can't even win the blackjack hand. You want me to play a 12.5% house advantage? Oh, he's right, you know. Yeah, I know I'm right. Why the hell are you playing it then if you know that already? You filthy animal. Anyway, glad to be out of there. Glad I didn't lose thousands of dollars on those tables. Finally when I got and that's the other thing too, is I didn't have zero positive shoes until that last one, and that last like one deck of that shoe. I flat bet for almost an hour. It was unbelievable. So anyway, I only got 2 blackjacks that whole time. Dealer must have gotten who knows how many, 35 or 40. Jealous of the damn dealer. Anyway, I did end up ahead on those slots. I did end up ahead on the blackjack, but I need to cool down before I get to the next place, and we'll see what happens. Get some blackjack in. I'll be back. So, of course, I kept on talking and talking and talking. After you heard it just cut out there, I talked for another 10 minutes after that before I realized that it had cut out. So, so I lost 72.20 on that table. I went on to another table, and on that table I had a nice little sun run, and the counts went straight up right away. I took advantage of it, and it paid off, and I ended up leaving that table after about a half hour, maybe 40 minutes or so, ahead $2,990, so plus $2,990 at that table, and that took me to being down like $4,300 overall on the 2 tables on blackjack. So at that point, I went on and looked at some other slots and found a couple small plays and played those through, and I ended the slot session down $157. So not doing great. Lost on the blackjack, lost on the slots, and I'm going to cash out my voucher, and I see a little pop-up that says Dogecoin up 10%, Bitcoin up 8%. And I'm like, huh, that's interesting. Then I'm like, wait a minute. That's very interesting. If it's up like that, because yesterday it was way down, but something like $250 billion left the market recently. So maybe something good is going on with the market. And so I'm getting my voucher cashed, and I decided to look at the stock market, and I see the NASDAQ is up 10%. It's up 1,500 points. And the Dow is up 2,650 points. And I'm like, wait a minute, that brings something else to mind. I've got a couple options going right now in the NASDAQ. Let me check those. And I looked, and my options were up like 327% or something. And I ended up cashing them out immediately. And I had bought those for a total of $2,400. $2,100 and cashed out $3,400 on those. So that was a nice little run there. Basically turned the $200 or $300 I had in that account to like $3,500 now. So that's good. I said a bunch of other stuff and I forgot now. So what are we going to do here? Overall, I had a real tough time there. I kind of feel like blackjack hates me right now. I'm losing so many hands, such a huge percentage of the hands, like the most unusual numbers, like minus 80% of the hands, minus 85% of the hands. I won 4 hands on one of the tables in one shoe, 4 hands in one shoe. Insanity. So trying to keep it together here. Very frustrated at this point. I actually was going to go play a little bit of poker because I wanted to calm myself down a little bit. Just wanted to sit there for a minute. But that ended up not happening. All the tables were full. So I cashed out my chips. I had about 5,000 in chips and cashed those across different cashiers and got my voucher cashed and left. So although I'm down about $4,000 for the day and I'm not very happy, I'm grateful that I got 3,000 of it back at least, and we're going to try to do something else. Right now, I'm going to move on to another casino. We're going to see what we can do about playing a little bit of blackjack. Hopefully, they let me play at this place, and I'll know within 10 minutes if I'm okay playing there or not, and maybe do a little bit of slot action and hopefully make a little bit of money back. So that's what's happening right now, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, I am back. So, a little nervous about coming in at this hour at this place. I'm just past the cutoff here, but it's been a long time. I'm not really that welcome. I haven't been officially barred from the place, but anyway, I decided to come in, take a look around, and went up to one of the pit bosses at the blackjack area, and we've always been friendly. We had a couple issues a long time ago about a disagreement, and the next time I came in, he's like, you know what, when you came up to me and told me that, I didn't believe you, but I reviewed the video myself and you were right, and he apologized to me. So I've never had any real problem with that guy. The problem was with the security guard, and when I walked around, I looked at slots first, then I walked into the high limit area to look at some blackjack, and I see this guy. It's like the spitting image of the guy I had a problem with, and he's just standing there in the corner, and I don't know if he was waiting for me to buy in or not. I just decided not to buy in. Now, really, I should probably push the issue here, because I know for a fact that they're never going to call the police. And plus, I've never been officially barred anyway, so it's not like I should be that worried about it. However, I just didn't want to go down that road, but I feel like I'm not going to have a choice soon. I'm going to have to start being in here at the time when that guy is working, and I'm going to have to just face up to it and either get banned, or the other choice is just keep coming in the evenings, and that's the only time really, because I mean, late afternoon into the evening, it would be the only time I could play. But I did talk to a dealer, also a couple dealers, and everything seems to be okay with them. They don't have any knowledge of anything. So it seems like it's just the one guy. And on the way out the door, I saw this cashier who we became real good friends, and we hadn't seen each other in about a year. I talked to him for a few minutes, and everything is all good with that. So either the other guy stops working here, or I'm gonna have to come in nights and weekends and evenings and stuff like that. So I may adjust Sunday to start coming this direction and not come to this area anytime on Wednesdays. That might be one way to make some extra money. Now, speaking of schedules, while we're on the subject right now, tomorrow I will be going to an area I do not go to, and it's a long one. I have to leave very early, and it's going to be a long day and a long evening, but I think it's worth it. I might be able to hit 2 blackjack places, but at least one where I should have like $1,000 EV coming to me if I can get there. So I'll probably do that tomorrow, and then Friday will probably be have to check in at work, and then figure out from there. I may actually do that Friday and do a different area tomorrow. That might make more sense because the direction I have to drive to get to work. So anyway, I ended up checking a lot of stuff and found no plays. And then as far as tables, there was one double deck available with a 6 to 5. Did not play that. And then there was some good rule 6 deck. It was $100 minimum though, and after the ups and downs I've had today, I really didn't want to push it. I'm not on tilt, but I don't want to be on tilt. I want to relax and take it easy, compose myself, and play intelligently. So right now I'm going to move on to another casino where I don't play blackjack normally, but I will probably play blackjack today. The last time I was at this casino, I bought in for a total of $5,000 and broke even at this place. So we'll see what happens. So I never really had too much of an issue there, but who knows what's coming. So right now, just leaving this area, we're going to head to a whole different, actually not even the same state, different state, and we're going to see if we can play a little bit of slots, maybe a little bit of blackjack, and go from there. Right now it's 44 degrees where I am. And another thing, I took a video in this casino of where a guy jumped off a balcony and killed himself. And I'll tell you real quick the story of this guy. This guy had a lot of money and was coming to the casinos quite a bit. He played high limit, really high limit, and then eventually, as his assets started getting lower and lower and things started getting worse, they were playing lower limits, $50 tables, and then the low limits, and then pretty soon he was just hanging around and just had a few bucks here and there. It would even ask people to borrow money, and then eventually he just gave up on everything and decided that he wanted to end it, and he jumped and killed himself. So very unfortunate. This is at least 3 or 4 stories like that I've told you about people, all over this, the area that I go to. I only go to about 15 casinos regularly, and I've collected at least 4 stories like that. It's very, very bad. But anyway, it's too bad I didn't start writing down a lot of these stories as I broadcast them, because some of them would actually make a good little article or a good little book, because I tell you the story usually as it's happening, and a lot of the stories I have are kind of crazy. But yeah, going back to the casino before this, I'm just thinking back at the cards, and it's like every hand was brutal. Every 20 was no good. Every 19 was no good. Every blackjack was a push. It was just a brutal time. But hanging in there. I'm pretty sure I'm below even for the year right now for blackjack. I'll have to double check, but I think I'm underwater for blackjack. So, and right now, getting my goal for the year looks very unlikely. I'm probably $20,000 off where I should be by this time of year, but we're going to keep cranking. We're going to keep taking it one step at a time, and everything will work out in the end. So right now, I'm going to move on. I think I told you my son has a soccer thing this weekend, and I think I'm going to stop if I can find this place and get some really good beef jerky for us to take on our trip. I think he would appreciate it. Can you believe they're going to charge us $24 to go watch our kid play? That is sick. And no food allowed, no drinks except for water allowed, because they want to sell them. That is just ridiculous. I mean, taking advantage of families like that. We're already paying whatever it is, $100 and something a month just for him. I think something like that, just for him to play. And then on top of that, I've got to pay an admission fee, and I can't bring my own food. It's crazy. Anyway, I'll be back. Alright guys, I am back, and that was another crazy ride. So the plan was to go in, look at slots, and then come back out and or finish up the slots and then go and play blackjack. So we started playing slots. They made some major changes here. They put a new machine in that's borderline good, and it's going to be hard to get all the information about it quickly, but I played it, and it took me for a heck of a ride. I was down as much as $1,100 on that one, left that machine down $850, minus $850 on that machine, and that was really upset at that point. I said, there's no way I'm going to leave down $850 on slots, and I just kept looking and looking and looking, and found a little play here, a little play there, and then some crazy things. I even played some video poker, which I don't really talk about, but there's some stuff involved there, and actually came out ahead on slots $639, so plus $639 on slots. I went to play blackjack, and it was completely packed in that area, except for the crappy free bet 8-deck stuff. I went, and there was a point where I saw there was only one person on a table. I go to sit down, they had just started a shoe, and it was no mid-shoe entry, so that didn't do anything for me either. I did get some food, which is the first thing I've eaten all day, so we could talk about that. What did you eat today, MW? Well, I ordered 2 black and blue burgers, which is just a bacon burger with blue cheese and just no bun. I ordered 2 of those, and instead of the fries, I ordered just a side salad, which ended up being a full salad. Ended up being 2 full Caesar salads, actually, but I didn't want the Caesar dressing, so I just asked for blue cheese dressing. I did not eat the salads yet. I'll probably give them to one of my daughters who likes them. And the burger was okay. It took so long to get the food that I think it was a little bit cold. I'd give it probably an 8 on a scale of 2 through ace. Yeah, you know, at least I ate, which is good. I did find the place that has the beef jerky, and it was good. I bought a whole bunch for me and my son. Hopefully I don't eat it all before we go on our trip, but I bought almost a pound of it. Probably should have bought 2 pounds, but that's all cool. I saw that the stock market closed really, really, really well, which is what you would expect. And Trump even said he planned this all along. He was doing this just to block China, basically get the whole world on one side and China on the other. China's the only one that retaliated, and well, Canada did for about 3 seconds before they rolled over. But so Trump is giving a 90-day pause to all the other countries, and he's raising the China tariffs once again to 125%. The market's just rallying like crazy on the news. The Dow Jones up almost 8%, NASDAQ up over 12%, S&P 500 up 9.5%, and even the Russell 2000 up 8.6%. I mean, I could go on and on and on. S&P mid caps up 9%, NASDAQ 100 up 12%, and the only thing that was down was the volatility index. So I was actually thinking this morning about shorting the volatility index, and I should have done it. It went down 35%, would have made a disgusting fortune on it, but that's all right. So what did you tip today, MW? Well, I had, I don't know how many blackjack sessions, at least 3, maybe, no, at least 4 blackjack sessions, and I tipped those guys $0. I did use a slot attendant twice to help me with some issues, and I gave them $0 as well. I'm gonna stop for gas real quick here, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, I am back. In other news here, sad story at this casino that I was just at. A friend of mine, whose name is Steve, very nice guy, extremely good guy, older guy, probably in his late 60s. I've met his daughter, and we've talked, and he introduced us, and he's just a nice man, and his family's a nice family. Excuse me. Found out today that he will not be coming to the casino anymore. He's got stage 4 cancer that spread through his body, and he never really mentioned it to anybody. I don't think he wanted anyone to feel sorry for him. But I had talked about him before. He had taught his daughter how to do what we do, and little did I know that was for her to take over for him. And this is the guy that I said had a bunch of money put away, like $40,000 in a safe deposit box, and it turns out he was doing that for his family for when he was gone, and he never really told anybody about it. So feel terrible, but you know, this is life. None of this means anything. None of this money means anything without your family and without your friends. And obviously, we want to be the good people, the nice people, the honorable people, and do our best to be the best kind of people, and to behave and perform the way that we're supposed to. And you know, hopefully, I don't know what the prospects would be, but probably not very good. But hopefully he's as comfortable as possible in the next few days and weeks. So yeah, other than that, I did also record a video. I think I mentioned it earlier about where this guy had killed himself in the casino, and I'm going to post that along with this on Spotify. So if you look it up on Spotify, there'll actually be a little short trailer for the episode. I've done that for 3 or 4 episodes lately, and if you look at that, you'll be able to see that video, me showing you the casino and where he was and what happened there. So that's that. Right now, it is raining outside, it is windy outside, and I'm heading toward home. It's just getting dark now, and gonna go spend a little bit of time with the family. It's 43 degrees outside, and that's really about all I have for today. So if you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.